gentlemen of the internet. My name is Dean, coming to you live through the power of that internet. And today we're going to be taking a look at the KKMoon Calculator Kit. Now, this was a cheap eBay kit that I picked up for a couple bucks. And I'm a collector of calculators, and I always thought it would be neat to build my own. What we're going to do over the next several minutes is we're going to take a look at how the kit came. We're going to solder it, put it together, and then review and go over some of the features of this calculator kit. Just remember, please subscribe to my channel, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And with that, let's go ahead and take a look at the kit and how it came. Alright, so today we're going to be building the KKMoon calculator. It's kind of for electronics. It does have a built-in conversion for hex and decimal. It also has a resistor code generator as well. So let's get right into it. Like I said, this is one of my first videos in 2 years, so it might be not as good as quality as other ones, but we'll see how it goes. So this is the kit. Here are the buttons for it. Not too much in here. Here's the display. There's the logic, the brain, screws, the circuit board, and then we got a cutout here. Okay, good. Instruction manual, which pretty simple. I was hoping to be scientific, but it's just basically a 4-banger with square root as well. Nothing too nothing to write home about. But I never made a calculator before, and since I do like electronics and things, I thought it would be neat to make my own calculator. Now, this is actually the acrylic case for it. We'll take a look at this a little separately because I'll have to open this up and I'll peel off all the labeling on here. I don't want to bore you on camera doing that, or either that I'll speed it up so you don't have to sit and wait for me to do that. So here we go. This is the circuit board. Not a lot on there. It shouldn't take too long to put this guy together. So I got the soldering iron here. So why don't we get into it? Let's start by doing the key switches, I guess. We'll do those first. Here are the buttons. What I'll do is I'll get in a little bit closer here for you so you don't have to, so you can see a little better. Alright, and I was thinking about using my stand for doing soldering, which is kind of a neat thing, and I think I will grab that right now. This makes doing this kind of stuff real simple. And spread that open a little bit more. The only thing is, when we get to the edges, we'll have to readjust again, because obviously alright, so there you go. What's nice is it flips around like that, so we can solder it up right away. So I hope everybody's having a good day today. Like I said, this is my first video in 2 years, so it's been a while, and I always wanted to get back to this, but until recently I've been really busy. I was an EMS chief for a local rescue squad, and so I had been doing that for almost 14 years. But recently the village that I was working in was annexed and taken over by another village, and our rescue squad was really no longer needed at that point. And being a private nonprofit, we didn't actually have the enough territory to remain in business. So at the beginning of the year, the first of the year, January 1st, 2019, we stopped responding to medical calls, and that would be the first time in exactly 60 years that Silver Lake Rescue has not responded to medical calls. So it's kind of a bittersweet year. It's been about 10 days or so, and I haven't had my scanner or pager on at all. So it's kind of a crappy start to the new year, but hopefully I can get back into the IT field again, or the electronics, because that's what I majored in when I was in college. And I've been an IT manager for almost 20 years. Although with the rescue stuff, I feel a little bit rusty. I've been out of it for a little while. So now I want to get back into it. And what better way to than start making some electronics videos. So, got all the applications out and the resumes out right now. And we'll see how that process goes. I'm also thinking of working for another local rescue squad. Actually, the one that took over our area. And doing some hours with them just to keep a paycheck going. Or you guys can click like on my videos and subscribe, and that too will help me. If I could do this full time, I would. I'm sure a lot of you guys that are watching this are big fans of Dave Jones, and that's kind of where I got my ideas to start doing videos. Dave Jones is a pretty neat guy, as anybody that watches videos can attest to. But anyways, back to the 4-banger calculator here. Actually, I thought it'd be a little bit more complicated, but I guess not. A couple more videos that I have is I got some speakers that I want to build as well. It's another kit. And I like doing these kits, as you will find out shortly. First of all, it's good relaxing for me. It's relaxing. And it really gives you an opportunity to see how things are built. What I'm doing is I'm bending the tabs over a little bit, because the only drawback to this board is that things will fall out. Oh, like I did like there, I just lost the switch. Because obviously we're not down on the ground, and actually what I may do is get rid of this stand, put it on the ground so that you can watch as I solder these, and this should go pretty darn fast. So actually, let me do that. Let me take this out of the stand, and we'll put these other switches in, and we'll do it on the paper here. It'll go. This won't take long to solder at all, to be honest about it. Come on. Get in there. There we go. So, okay. So now what I will do Now we'll grab another piece of paper real quick. And with that, we will flip it over. Push down, make sure everything is there. I'm going to zoom in again so that we can get nice and close as I solder this. So let's zoom in a little bit. I also want to do product reviews as well, and we'll get into some of those. I know a real popular thing to do is lab videos, so we'll take a look at my lab and what I have set up to do my work. My hobby lab in the basement here. I should say my man cave, away from my wife. Alright, so let's start here. And alright, let's grab here and see how fast I can do this. Trying to keep my head out of there for you. Alright. For volume wise, I don't have my extractor on right now. My fume extractor, because it is a little bit noisy. But nothing like the good smell of burnt solder. Like I said, this should go pretty darn fast. If you notice, I don't use those conical tips at all. Those things are crap. Got a nice large wedge, which is really what you want when you're soldering stuff like this. Trap for young players is to be using those conical tips that come with your soldering station. Really try and use the biggest tip that you can. Effectively do your work. It goes much quicker. You can put a lot more heat where you need it. And if you look, it only takes me a few seconds to solder. Whereas if you don't have enough heat on your gun, takes a much longer time to do it, than your joints aren't nearly as nice. See how fast that's going? Pretty darn fast. There's a lot of connections here. You always want to have your soldering iron on one side and feed the solder in from the other side. And the reason we do that is that with the flux that's built into the solder, the melting solder will flow towards the heat or towards the iron. So I'll keep my tip off a little bit here. And we'll clean up that flux in just a bit. Do have a new video camera. It's 4K. It's going to be interesting to see how editing videos are going to be, especially this first one that I'm doing here. I just know that the files created by these 4K cameras are absolutely humongous. I think I did a test video, and like a little 4-minute video was 4-minute video took 3.5 gigs I know I got a lot of storage space, but it's going to tax resources big time. I do have about 20 terabytes of storage on my editing computer that I'll be using for editing, but still, it's not going to take long to chew up all that space. Got a pretty decent system as well, computer system. I'll have to do a video on that. I call it my personal supercomputer. It's a pretty nice system actually. It's a super micro system, so it's got a lot of horsepower. So yeah, I'm pretty much into calculators, and I got quite a few in my collection. I do like the vintage calculators. If you saw, I got a teardown video of a Tandy PC6 calculator. I got just about every one of them in the HP line, from the 28S through to the 50G calculator. Alright, looking pretty good. So comment below on what kind of videos you'd like to see. I know there's quite a few electronic video pages out there, or people that do electronics. Do you like more videos towards the fix-it? Do you like the ones where we build kits like this? Let me know. It's my channel, so actually I'm going to do what I want, but I don't mind tailoring it for my viewers a little bit. Make sure that I add something that for everybody. Couple more here to go. Clean this up, and we'll take a look at it. Make sure all my solder joints are proper. All right. So there we have it. Joints don't look too bad. We'll clean up that flux in a minute. Just making sure that I got each and every one of them. We can zoom out a little bit there. I'm actually controlling my video camera with my phone. So that way I don't have to touch it and shake the camera at all. I have it on a little boom over the top of my workbench. So I'm trying to be a little bit professional at it, because I know I like looking at videos that are nice and clear and look good. So we're trying to do that here. Alright, everything looks pretty good there. Don't see any solder bridges anywhere, so that's good. Alright, let's continue on. So typically, you want to put down the smallest pieces first. That way when you flip the board over, they don't go anywhere on you. So what we'll do is we'll get the other pieces out here. Not too many parts to look at here. Got a couple of resistors that I'm looking at. Alright. So we want to do a couple 10K resistors on there, and a 1K resistor. So we will put those in real quick. And boy, I haven't seen resistors this small before. They are tiny, tiny little resistors. Holy moly. What I should do is I should check them just to make sure. So let me do that real quick. Get the meter out here, and we will check to see what we have for resistance here. And we got 10K. What we were looking for. Okay. So let's bend these over now. I do have a 3D printed out resistor bender. So I do have a 3D printer, and this is what it looks like. So what you can do is you can look for, and these may be too small yet for this tool, because you kind of use which ones you think it's going to be. So we'll try and use that top one, but I'm guessing that it may not work for that. We will give it a try here. Yeah. Alright, we're going to straighten those back out. And we're going to have to go a little bit closer in with those. I'll use the needle nose pliers here, and we will bend those the old-fashioned way. Modern technology. Yeah, I do love my 3D printer though. I'm going to have to do some videos on that as well, I think. If you guys are interested. I know I have the well, let's hold this up a little bit here. Let's get those other resistors in there. Go. Get those things bent. Yeah, 3D printing is pretty cool. I want to start learning how to fabricate and make my own parts. I know I've been able to go down to a universe and download different different projects and things that I want, but I really want to start working on building my own my own objects, I think would be awesome. Oh, let's see. All right. Like I said, these are tiny little resistors. I haven't seen ones this small before, other than surface mount ones. These are the tiniest little so what I'm doing is I'm bending them out a little bit so that they don't fall back in. Alright, so let's solder these little guys in there. That was pretty quick. Tin that. Alright, everything looks pretty good there. Let's chop those off. Make good side cutters here. Gotta have good side cutters. Lindstrom is probably one of the best ones out there. I had these things for at least 20 years. They're still in perfect shape. Alright, so now let's take a look at a couple other resistors that we need to put in there. Alright, I see a 1K, a couple diodes. Alright, so we got a 1K here. I'll check the resistor real quick. Make sure. Perfect. I think I'm going to speed some of this footage up here. A little bit of dead air that I don't like to have. Should have more stuff to talk about, but yeah. Guys, be interested in some surface mount techniques as well for soldering. I want to do a video on soldering techniques. I do have a soldering station that allows me to do surface mount and flat packs and all that good stuff, and there really is a technique to it. Been doing that for years. Alright, crank it along here. It won't take too long to have this thing finished. I just saw that this thing takes 2030 type batteries. Why? Why would they have 2032s? Got a whole refrigerator full of them suckers. Probably 100 of them. Because just about everything that I use that uses a coin battery is a 2032. But no, this one here uses, well, here it says 2032. Okay, in the manual it says that it's a 2030. So I looked it up, and there's like a 0.2 millimeter difference in width of of those batteries. All right, so let's I see a 330 up there on top. Let's see if I can find that resistor. They gave me quite a few extra resistors here, and they're quite small, so it's fun trying to read the it's quite fun trying to read the bands on these resistors. They are so tiny. But I'll now have a calculator that'll be able to enter in those resistor color codes. But everybody should know those. You should take your time to memorize those if you really want to get into electronics. 0 is black, 1 is brown, 2 is red, then orange is 3, yellow is 4, 5 is green, 6 is blue, 7 is violet, 8 is gray, and white is 9. So off the top of my head, good thing to know. Alright, let's get this one tacked on. Then we'll be done with resistors. We got a couple tiny little diodes as well to put on there. A little bit more on there. There we go. Let's see here. Alright, we got that. 330. Now let's put on those tiny little diodes. Again, micro diodes. Zoom in a little bit here. Let's see them there. Bend the leads. Get one done. 2. All right. Trying to keep my head out of the camera there. Angle out of the camera, so bear with me. Actually, let me take a little closer look at this thing. Sorry about that. We'll get her back into view here real shortly. But yeah, the speaker kit that I'm doing is kind of a neat one. There, it's just a little bit of portable, tiny portable speakers for my notebook computer. But I also want to modify them and add Bluetooth capability to them. So that way, again, they will be completely truly portable. I can set them up and use my phone to listen to music. All right. All right, diodes are in place there. And now we will solder those guys in there. Again, it's kind of a pain here because I'm trying to keep my head out from being underneath in front of the camera for you. So I'm soldering at a distance. There we go. Cut those off. All right. We are definitely getting there. Oh, we had a couple of transistor looking devices actually. Let's throw in that little itty bitty capacitor that we have there. And it's a 104. So we'll put that in there. Tiny little bugger. Bend those leads a little bit. And we'll solder in there. Looking good. So another review that I do have a new microscope that I want to take a look at. It's a pretty neat device. Magnifies all the way up to 400 times, and video looks just incredible on there. Alright, so we're getting close to being done here. Now we have a couple different transistor type packages. We got 9013, a 8550, and then a 7550-1. So let's get those devices put in there. Alright. Get those leads spread out on our devices. Kind of see them there. Alright, then we're going to be pretty much done with this thing. Now we got to build the screen on and put the chip in there as well. So here's that 8550 actually. Let's get them all in order here. And let me know if you guys want to do tutorials too. And I can go over transistors, resistors, diodes, and building circuits, other op amps and things like that. And actually, I do want to do a series on basic electronics and working with those devices. You know, building power supplies and voltage regulators and all that good things that interest me. Alright, so you never want to push these in too far. You don't want to have a lot of stress on the actually, you know, I'm going to wait to put these guys in, and I'm going to put in that IC first, because that sticks up that's lower and closer to the board. So let's make sure that they're doing is they got to match the pin 1. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to tack it on there first. Alright, she's tacked on. So now I can zoom through this real quick. Again, it won't take long. Let's get her on the screen so you guys can see me. And put the header on there for the screen. Take a look at that first. Let's get too much on that last one. There we go. You guys can see. Almost done. Tack that last one down again. Alright. Inspect that real quick. Everything looks good there. Alright. So that looks good. Now we got to look at the screen, how we want to do that before I finish that up. Like I was saying before, when you do these kits, you always want to start basically with the objects that are lowest to the circuit board. So when you flip them over, so when you flip it over, it's easy for you to solder. Otherwise things fall out, and that's no good. You don't want that to happen. So all right. Now what I got to look over is see how they want you to connect the screen to the circuit board. I'm going to guess that it's going to go like this. So we'll again tack one of the first solder on there. Go. All right. A little messy, but we'll fix that up. Always important to have good solder too. Always get the good stuff that's got a lot of flux in it. That way it flows easier. Always get the leaded solder, never that lead-free rubbish. Go with the real stuff. Even though it causes cancer in the state of California, it's good leaded solder. Flows smooth and easily. Looks good. All right. We are getting close to the finish line here. Now I can put in those 3 transistor devices. So, 1. The next video, I think I might have to use more lights. I got all the lights turned on. I got an overhead halogen light, but I'm looking at my video here, and it still looks a little dark. So I will have to next video make sure I have even more light on so that it looks clear for everybody. Not like I can take this apart and start over again. Not gonna happen. Alright, let's get these soldered on real quick. Alright. We are done with those. They look pretty good. Let's cut those leads, trim those leads off. Yeah, so what I'm using is a Sony Handycam. Like I said, it's 4K, 30 frames per second. If I put it on HD, I can have 60 or even high speed 120 frames per second. So we'll have to do some videos with that and see about blowing up a few capacitors, diodes, and see how it looks in slow motion. I always like those kind of videos. I also like those crush videos. They're kind of fun to watch too. The hydraulic press videos. Alright, so we got that in there. Now we got all the items soldered onto the board. We have to solder the pins onto the screen now. So we got our little screen here. Actually, we got two more large solder points to do here. This is for the batteries. So we'll flip that around and get it the right way. Should have put those on before I did the so we'll have to tack her first. Then we'll tack it on there first, and then we'll do a all right. Again, that's what's nice about having a large soldering tip, is that you get a lot of heat. And you can do things like this. Come on, focus. You can do large connectors like that, or solder joints, without any problem. One more here we got to do, and we'll again tack her down first. Like that. All right. And we'll go. See how fast that flows. Again, you don't need a lot of heat, but when you got a lot of volume there in the tip, it makes it real easy to melt the solder. Alright, so now we're going to put the chip in there, and what we got is an IAP 15W41 3AS chip, and we'll look that up and see what it is in a bit. And oh yeah, got to bend her in a little bit. So what you want to do is you want to rest it and then carefully bend the whole line at once. You do it that way, you don't have to worry about bent pins. They're all equal. See, right down the center, they're all equal. So let's see if that's enough. Gotta bend them in a little bit more. No, we gotta come in just a little bit more. So again, we'll line them up, give it a little bend. Don't want to go too far. Just a tad bit more. There we go. All right. Oh, we went a little bit too far. I'm a little worried about. Let's take a look here. We are in Lake Flynn. Alright, so now what we'll do is we'll work on the screen real quick. Move that out of the way. And we got to solder this guy in there. So again, I'll tack down one. So you got a long thing on here, so I always want to make sure you get it straight. Actually, yeah, let me just tack this down. Sorry, I got to look at it at a goofy angle so you can see it on. I'll just tack it down here off camera. Alright, we got her tacked now. Now we can get her put on there properly. Alright. These screens are pretty cool. I use them quite a bit with microcontroller projects that I've done and my Arduinos. These things are pretty easy to manipulate with. We'll take a look at those in the future. I'll do some videos on how to program these screens with an Arduino. Alright. There we go. So let's come out a little bit here. Now let's grab ourselves 2 batteries and see if this little guy works. Let's see if we got any batteries around here. I do. They're pretty old, but we'll see if they work. So, well, that didn't take too long. We'll see how long this video is shortly. Do a little bit of editing. 1 battery in. I think it's going to take a little bit while to do the keycaps and things like that, to build those. But I got to cut those out, so I'm going to stop the video soon. But we will plug in the screen, give it some power. Alright. Well, there it is. I just plugged it in. And now we got a screen on there. So don't know what was happened there. But there we go. So you can see that it's working. And X conversion mode, and here's the calculator. Just try alright, so there you go. Pretty easy. like I said, it's a simple 4-bagger calculator. Um, and it doesn't let you. You got to hit clear to continue. So I tried doing another function and it doesn't. Um, so let's do 5 divided by 0. Let's see if we can error it out. Yep, error. Okay. 2 square root. Alright. Well, it doesn't have a lot of accuracy there. 1.414, so only 3 digits of accuracy. Let's verify that and just put in a fraction. Let's do 1 divided by 3. Oops. No, still. Um, only 3-digit accuracy. So that's kind of sucky. I was hoping it'd have at least 8 digits of accuracy. But it's a simple calculator. Like I said, it does resistor functions on there. What I'll do now is I'll stop the video and I'll cut out the different patterns that we have. What they've included with the calculator is a sheet with all the buttons, and then they have to be cut out exactly, and they got to be put inside these plastic buttons, as well as these are the backs of those buttons, so they snap over the top. Kind of neat. At least they give me 2 of them to work with. What I'll do is I'll scan that in as well, so I got a copy of it that I can print out at any time. And like I said, we'll stop the video here, and we will continue once I have the buttons cut out. Alright everybody, here we go. We got her all done and all finished. I did have to take it apart in order to replace the batteries, as I feared. The backlighting on that screen really takes a toll on them. However, there was a mount point on the circuit board to attach a power supply wire to it. So what I did is I attached 2 wires, and right now I have it hooked up to my power supply. It does run on 9 volts. There's a voltage regulator on there, so you can run it on 9 volts. And I'll put a connector on there. Kind of defeats the purpose of having a calculator that's portable when you have to have it hooked up to a large battery like that. But like I said, those 2032 batteries, they didn't last long at all before they went dead. So what I wanted to do real quick was do a review of the functions on the calculator. You know, I'd go ahead, hit the on button, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in a little bit on the screen here. Get a little bit closer, and we'll talk about each of the different modes. There's 4 distinct modes on here. First one being the calculator mode, and you can see. I think that's good enough. Might zoom out a little bit so you can see that first row buttons on the top. I'm going to leave the dark lights a little darker just so that you can see the screen a little better. It does cut out quite quickly. 30 seconds is about all you get on the calculator before it of inactivity before it shuts down on you. So you got to be quick. Turn it on again, and like I mentioned before, it's a 4-banger calculator with square root on there. Nothing Dave Jones would be excited about, me either. And then the accuracy really sucks. It's only got 3 digits of accuracy. So basically it's just just a simple calculator for basic calculations, nothing with any accuracy at all. And again, you got to 8 cleared every time you want to do a new calculation. So it's pretty rudimentary. There we go. Once you hit equals, you got it cleared out again. And that's the calculator mode. Hit mode button, and we go into the resistor calculator, and we push the up and down arrow, and it lets you choose between 4 and 5 band resistors. And the numbers are color coded, so let's say you have to do 470, you type in 47. Come on, let's do it. It's a little finicky once in a while. 4, 7, and let's say yellow's the next color. There we go. We got a 470K resistor. Gold or silver, it's a gold band on there, so 5%. Again, hit AC to clear it out of there, and 22K, 22 or red, orange. It's 22K resistor. Again, silver band. There we go, 10%. Cleared out, and again you can do a 4-band. Hit the up and down arrow, you can do a 5-band. The next mode that we have is kind of a neat mode. Is the resistor calculator for LEDs. So we have voltage in minus the voltage of the diode. So if we have a 5-volt circuit, and let's say we have a blue LED that operates at 3.2 volts, let's say 3 volts, what we want to do is, let's turn it on. You take the voltage of the circuit minus the voltage of the LED. So let's say 2 volts is left. Current, say 15 milliamps. Whoops, let's try that again. What we have to do is 2 volts, hit the up and down arrow key. That'll bring it down to current 15 milliamps. Hit equals, and we'll need a 150 ohm resistor. The actual calculation is 133.3 ohms. Try and find that. You just go with like 150 ohm resistor and you'll be fine. So now let's say you had a red LED, which is typically 2 volts on there. Again, you just hit AC. That would be 5 volts minus 3. See how fast it turns off? 5 volts minus 2. So 3 volts. Mode key, let's say it's 10 milliamp equals 300 ohm resistor. Again, this is more of a novelty type item. I was hoping that it would be a lot better if the batteries lasted longer and if the thing wouldn't shut off in 30 seconds. And even though I was typing things, it was still shutting off after 30 seconds of being on. So don't expect to be doing a lot of calculations over a period of time. You're going to keep on turning it on and off. Now the last function on here is a hex or decimal to hex inverter, and you can switch it around by hitting the mode button. So now if I type in like 255, that'll give me FF on there. Or if I type in like 4095, that'll give me FFF. And then we can hit the switcheroo button, and now if we go the other way around, I can type in FFE, let's say. That'll give me 4094. So it's just a simple calculator on for doing hex to decimal conversions. Let's see where it times out, so many digits we can go. Alright, so you can get five digits in there. 6, okay. So it depends on which one. Alright. So that's basically it for this calculator. It was kind of a neat project. Again, it's for beginners. I thought it'd be neat because, I collect vintage calculators to build my own calculator. However, it does lack in features. But it'll look good on the desk. And again, if you have a young niece or nephew that's just getting into electronics and wanting to learn how to solder and put things together, this is a great kit for them to start out on. It was only like $8 or $9 on eBay, so it was pretty cheap. Again, so that is the KKMoon Calculator Kit. I hope you enjoyed. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my page, and we'll be coming out with a lot more videos soon. Have a great night. Thanks.